Irv Gotti has finally come forward with some jaw-dropping details about his fallout with Jay-Z. These two were once close, but Gotti is now spilling the tea on why he decided to put as much distance as possible between himself and Jay. It turns out, the reasons are darker than we could have ever imagined. According to Irv, Jay's behind-the-scenes antics weren't just shady. They were downright destructive, not just for Gotti, but for other major figures in the rap game as well. Let's dive deep into this story and uncover what really went down between Irv Gotti and Jay-Z. The drama traces back to the early days, when Irv Gotti was working tirelessly to sign DMX. Gotti was convinced that DMX was the next big thing, but Jay and his then-partner Dame Dash weren't exactly on board. They laughed at Irv's suggestion, doubting that DMX had what it took to make it big in the industry. Jay even questioned whether DMX was truly better than him, casting doubt on the rapper's potential. Despite the pushback, Irv didn't give up. He continued to work with DMX and pushed him to success, while Jay remained skeptical. Gotti's belief in DMX was unwavering, and it paid off. But behind the scenes, there was already tension brewing between Gotti and Jay that would later explode into full-blown drama. As Irv Gotti has recently revealed, Jay's ego and hunger for success went far beyond healthy competition. In his opinion, Jay would do whatever it took to protect his position at the top, even if that meant sabotaging other people's careers. Gotti claims that Jay's ego was dangerous and often led him to stop the success of other artists who posed a threat to him. This wasn't just limited to Gotti. It included other rappers like DMX and even Dame Dash. Irv explained that it wasn't long before Jay started seeing him as a competitor too, and allegedly began plotting to sabotage his success. Gotti pointed out that Jay would often target people he felt were easy to push aside, or whom he viewed as stepping stones on his path to even greater fame. Things took a real turn for the worse when rumors surfaced that Jay-Z had a secret interest in Aaliyah, who was Dame Dash's girlfriend at the time. It's been said that Jay's attempts to win Aaliyah over were one of the main reasons for the downfall of Rockefeller Records. While Dame had already opened up about how Jay was sending flowers and inviting Aaliyah to private events, Irv provided more insights, explaining how this situation drove a wedge between the partners. According to Gotti, Jay felt that he didn't need Dame to make Rockefeller a success, and that attitude ultimately caused major friction between them. Gotti elaborated that while Dame was instrumental in starting Rockefeller alongside Jay and Kareem "Biggs" Burke, Jay's contributions to the music were far more substantial. Jay was selecting beats, writing lyrics, and performing, whereas Dame was more involved in the business side. As tensions grew, Rockefeller's days were numbered. When it comes to DMX, the issues between him and Jay were even more intense. Irv Gotti has exposed that Jay-Z didn't want to sign DMX to Def Jam because he saw the potential for DMX to overshadow him. While Jay would publicly say that he didn't believe in DMX, Gotti believes that the real reason was far more personal. Jay was intimidated by DMX's raw talent and feared that he could be outshined. Irv's relentless belief in DMX eventually paid off, but not without some drama along the way. The release of It's Dark and Hell is Hot marked a turning point in rap, and DMX's gritty style was leading a new wave in the genre. While Jay and DMX did collaborate on a few tracks, the tension between them was always simmering below the surface, even carrying on up until DMX's death. In one of the most telling moments, Gotti revealed that there was supposed to be a collaborative album between DMX, Jay-Z, and J. Rule. However, the project never saw the light of day because of Jay's reluctance to go through with it. According to Gotti, Jay was hesitant because he didn't want to share the spotlight with two other powerhouses in the rap world. Gotti admitted that he tried twice to get the album off the ground, but Jay was always apprehensive. He believed that Jay feared having his lyrical skills put to the test against DMX, someone who wasn't afraid to go toe-to-toe with him on a track. Gotti emphasized that while Jay has collaborated with others like R. Kelly and Kanye West, who've often shown him immense respect, working with DMX was a different story. DMX didn't idolize Jay, and that competitive nature could have been seen as a threat. Gotti went on to describe how DMX and Jay would frequently send subliminal messages to each other through their music. The rivalry was never explicitly stated in their lyrics, but there was always an undercurrent of tension. For Jay, The idea of making a whole album with DMX and Ja Rule wasn't worth the risk, especially if it meant having his status as the best questioned. In Jay's eyes, the potential losses outweighed any gains. This internal competition seemed to go beyond music, as Gotti described how Jay's actions had tangible consequences on DMX's career. After Jay took over as president at Def Jam, DMX noticed a shift. His sixth album didn't receive the same support from the label that his previous projects had. Gotti's claims echoed what DMX himself said before he passed, suggesting that Jay had actively worked to sabotage his career to make room for his own comeback. DMX didn't hold back when discussing his frustrations with Jay-Z during his time as president of Def Jam. He talked about how he had delivered 5 consecutive #1 albums, but suddenly faced roadblocks when it came time to release his 6th. DMX felt that Jay was neglecting him, despite his proven track record, and accused him of intentionally stalling his project to eliminate competition for his own upcoming album. It's been said that Jay-Z attempted to justify these decisions by claiming that his rivalry with DMX was nothing more than friendly competition. But, as Gotti and many others see it, there was a lot more at play. The fallout was much deeper than a simple rivalry, leading Irv Gotti to distance himself from Jay and expose what he saw as a pattern of self-serving behavior. Now that you've heard Irv Gotti's side of the story, it's time for you to weigh in. Do you think Jay-Z was justified in his actions, or did he really go too far to protect his throne in the rap game? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And hey, if you're into celebrity gossip, hip-hop drama, and the juiciest stories from the industry, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. You won't want to miss out on any of our updates. Let's keep the conversation going. What do you think was the real reason behind the fallout between Irv Gotti and Jay-Z? Share your thoughts, and let's see who's siding with Irv and who's siding with Jay.